Hello everyone, Jensen Vars here. In this video I am going to talk about how to manage your game, save them properly and export or share them with other players of PUM Companion. So let's get started. The basic concept is that any game you're playing at any time is going to automatically autosave for any changes you make in it. So you don't have to think or worry about saving your changes at all. When it comes to sharing or saving your game, the most important feature you want to become familiar with is the export Savegame function. By pressing this and saving to a file or in the cloud, you export your entire Savegame content into a single file ending with PUMC. This serves two purposes. First, as a backup, this PUMC file is going to be the snapshot or your game at that specific moment in time, and it's going to be useful for storing different versions or previous versions of your game just in case. For the second purpose is to share it with other players so they can load your game entirely and explore them on their own pace. What's most important about this PUMC file is that there's a few exceptions of things that will not be included in them. The first and foremost are PDF files. If you have a compendium with a PDF inside, since PDF books can be large and also subject to copyright, they will not be included by default on the Savegame. However, if you press right click or open the PDF menu, you can press Include in Save to deliberately include it in the Savegame. You can right click and press Extract from Save if you want to do the opposite. The second concept that will not be included in your Savegames are random tables. Random tables are shared across all of your Savegames by default. That means they do not belong to any specific game. However, if you press on the menu of the random table and press Include in Save, just like with PDFs, a copy of that random table will be included in that save and it will show this icon whenever that is the case. That means if you now export your game, it will include any random tables that are included in the save. Likewise, if you go to cards, if you have the cards widget, any cards or decks that are included in the save will be included in the PUMC file, but by default none of your decks will be included in the PUMC file. That means if you share that PUMC game, it will not include them. The last concept that will not be included in your Savegames exports will be templates. Either entire character templates or character sheet templates will not be included in the Savegame because likewise all of your templates are shared across all of your games and do not belong to any particular Savegame. However, if you go to the list of templates and press on the menu Include in Save, it will make that template or a copy of that template be included in your Savegame. That means when you export the PUMC file, any templates with this icon will be included in that save, and any players who will load that Savegame as well will be able to access this template. Keep these things in mind because they are important to know what exactly you're exporting in your Savegames and what you're exactly sharing and what not. This is super important because, as I said earlier, to protect copyright, to be respectful of the authors, but also to keep your Savegames lightweight and including the minimum necessary for them to function. Now, before we move on, something important about exporting PUMC files is that it will allow you to create template games. If you take a look at our Discord server or the official website of PUM Companion, you will be able to find an event called Generation Ship to Proxima B. This is a template game. That means it will include plot nodes, it will bring lots of characters out of the box and locations, and it has been particularly designed for any players to pick up this PUMC file and start playing from there. This is also fantastic because if you pay attention, you could create your own templates for games and start from them, in the case you want to reuse certain characters or have a certain structure of plot nodes, or include in them, as we showed earlier, certain decks of cards, random tables and templates, making them very, very powerful. For desktop users of the app, remember you can have the main vaults configuration. That means you can have multiple sets of games separated from each other, and then these save games will be saved in that vault. You can play around with this setting by choosing a vault. When it comes to sharing your games more from a read-only perspective or a PDF document, essentially, you can press Share Your Game. Share Your Game is going to export your logs, your main story, into a PDF file. You can also introduce particular characters that you think they are important in the log you're sharing. Remember, you can have more than one log file in your games, and export to PDF or share your game button will only export the active log. With that said, you can press export here, generate a PDF file, and very easily read it and share it with others. Again, you can share either your PDF file or your entire PUMC game if you wish others to take a look at your game in its entirety, including your characters, your log notes, your journals, your plot notes, and more. Other things you can share are the journal area or entire character, so to say, by pressing this download button in the toolbar. It's a little bit hidden, but well, we can improve it later. So if you press this button, it's going to export a PDF for that specific character, and you're going to export your journal for that character. Likewise, if you go on the overview area of the app, you can export the entire character as a PDF. So if you press here and export this as a PDF, you will have access to an entire character to PDF export, including their images, their character sheets, and all of their journal notes. Super cool. Okay, last but not least, although a bit more complex, remember different things of the app and your save can be shared and exported individually and independently. For example, if you load your random tables, you can export any single random table by pressing the export buttons in the random tables menu. This is going to export a PUMT file, standing for Plot and Folding Machine Table. This can be shared with others, so others can load your fantastic random table. The same concept applies, of course, for decks of cards and character templates and so on and so forth. So if you load your list of templates, you can always press export and individually export any template you wish to a file. Then others can load that template and have access to your fantastic character template. Likewise, or even more, if you have a set of characters, you can export a bundle by pressing Export Bundle. Export Bundle exports all of your filtered characters into a single file, making that asset pack ready to be imported from others and automatically importing more than one character or location or compendium at the same time. Things are getting complex, right? But I hope you learned something, because yes, the app is deep, so take your time, and I hope you learned something this time. Stay in touch for more videos, leave your comments, subscribe if you like, or let me know what or how are you playing with the app. I'm super curious, and stay tuned because the app is going to be improved all the time and constantly. Until the next one, bye bye.